The dashboard on my 1966 Chrysler Newport is in desperate need of restoration. This video is the first step to restoring the dash. In order to remove the dashboard, the windshield must first be removed. To remove the windshield, I must first remove the trim. This is the first time that I've ever removed a windshield trim, and this is how I did it. The first thing I did was remove the wiper arms to get them out of the way. I need to pry up on this small clip and then pry the wiper arm off at the same time. To protect the finish, I put down a layer of masking tape. I used a small screwdriver to pry the clip away from the shaft, and at the same time I used a pry bar to remove the wiper arms. The drip rail trim was interfering with the removal of the trim at the bottom of the windshield, so I needed to partially remove the drip rail trim. I used a hammer and a pry bar to do this. I placed the pry bar against the edge of the trim and tapped the pry bar with a hammer. I worked my way up until I could pull away the drip rail trim just enough so that it didn't interfere with the trim at the bottom of the windshield. Just inside the door, there is a screw that secures the windshield trim. I removed this screw first. To protect the paint from the pry bars, I put down some masking tape. I bought a set of plastic trim removal tools from Amazon and used them to pry the trim from the sheet metal. I'll leave a link in the description below. I really like these. These are the clips that hold the trim. You need to pry away the clip from the trim and at the same time pull the trim up to release it from the clip. Since I had never removed window trim, I bought 3 different trim removal tools from Amazon. I'll leave links in the description below for these tools. This tool in the middle is the one I thought worked best. I'm sure if I did this a lot, it would get easier, but I had a tough time removing the trim. It may be weeks or months before I reinstall the trim, and I know better than to rely on my memory, so I label every piece. I sprayed some penetrating oil on each of the screws that hold down the vent sheet metal. I need to do this to remove the front windshield and the dashboard. The sheet metal needed a little bit of prying to break it loose from the adhesive. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click that thumbs up button. And if you would like to follow the progress on this restoration, consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell.